Hi, my name is Jensen, and this is my Module 3 reflection. When we're talking about the internet and how it's changed our world, it's made tremendous leaps and bounds. We used to just have a writer software. A lot of things were just text and written. Today we've got pictures, we've got games, we've got videos. So it's come a long way. Not only that, it's changed how we live. Everything is at the tip of our fingers, the click of a button. It didn't used to be that way. Everything from our society, the way we learn, the way we teach, the way we play and interact with people has all become in some form virtual, or the ability to be virtual, or the use of internet incorporated. So I think the primary message with all the lessons this go around was that technology has come a long way and it's still advancing, and it makes our life easier because it links us together and it gives us a lot of the community we're looking for, and it gives us a lot of opportunity. I personally think we need to be careful with that opportunity and know that yes, these technological advances are great, but you still can't completely take away that human-to-human contact. I think we miss out on a lot of vital life skills taking out human-to-human contact and interaction. So I can relate to a lot of this. I use social media, Facebook, Flickr, to exchange pictures with different family members, to keep up on what's going on with family back home, because I do live 3 hours away from quite a bit of my family. One of the amazing things I got to do this year was do a class project with students from Texas, California, Missouri, Kansas. We were all in a group together, and we could virtually do our projects together by the use of internet. 1997, that wouldn't have been available to do. With my podcast, changing gears here, I listened to a regular podcast. It was nothing but the actual voice radio content, and it was on the heritage breeds of livestock and how they are becoming extinct in the U.S. because of the use of selective breeding. It talked about how important it is to keep some of those breeds around to further advance, and when you lose those core genetics, then you have to start all over. So I found it very interesting, being a cattle breeder myself. But ways that Web 2.0 technologies can be used in the classroom, I think, using something like Blogger would be awesome for kids to journal in rather than just having to use pen and paper. Podcast, you can record your lectures. If you have a substitute, you can use them that way. I think wikis would be good for collaborative efforts, but you do have to be cautious that it can be edited. And then, of course, for older grades, getting closer to graduation in high school, LinkedIn would be great because they can start learning of jobs and making some profiles there that potential employers can view. I think we should incorporate the use of networking in preschool through 12th grade classes. One of the things here as a future teacher, this impacts me a lot because I have to stay up on these changing things. Chances are my students are going to learn about these new advanced technologies before I do, and I need to know how to interact with them once they surface, as well as how am I going to teach my students how to be safe with these different programs and how to actually utilize them for the proper good, and how can I advance their knowledge of these technological programs so that they can actually use them and enjoy them. So I think you should. Now, Facebook and Twitter, in my opinion, those are some I would steer clear of. They tend to cause a lot of friction given the right situation, so I wouldn't use those, but I would use some more safe things like YouTube, Blogger, Flickr to do some class projects and just incorporate the students with technology themselves. For the cloud-based bookmarking, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but I use the tool called Diggo, D-I-G-G-O. I'd never used a cloud bookmarking software, and I actually thought it was cool. Now I don't have to just have a huge bar across the top of my computer that has everything I want to find in it. Now I can have one utilizable site for multiple devices. So overall, I enjoyed these lessons, and I got some vital information through them, and it's stuff that I can use later as a teacher.